Hi guys, Mark from Wild Family Travel. Today finds me out in the office just doing some work on our websites as I normally do. Trying to regain some rankings after the Google algorithm shit show of a couple of years ago where everyone has suffered ever since. So today in my ever quest to improve our websites possibly and improve their visibility to Google, Bing, Yahoo, whoever wants to index them and whoever shows them to clients or customers or searches, I am updating the schema in a lot of our posts. Some of you might ask, what is schema? Well, schema goes in the back end of your website. It's code that's unseen, HTML code that's unseen. It lives, like we said, in the back end of your website. Schema is, to break it down simply, it's like some name tags. So in the back of your article, if you have a recipe, it'll have a tag or saying, this is the recipe, this is the cooking time, this is the ingredients, this is the author that wrote it. So all this sort of sets up to tell Google a little bit more information about what's going on. So why do we need schema anyway? Schema can actually help us get rich results in Google search. Now, rich results make your article or whatever you're marking up with schema appear more attractive in the search results. If you've ever looked something up and the top couple of spots, they might have a picture or they might have a list of ingredients or something like that. So it actually makes it stand out way more, and that's what we're all looking for in the search results because it'll make people click on your articles more often. There's a number of different rich snippets that Google will often display for people, including a recipe rich snippet, product snippet, event snippet, fact snippet, video snippets, article snippets. So you can actually try and get quite a lot of these to show up with your content on it. Most people who have a website will possibly have schema automatically populated for them. If you have one of the most popular SEO plugins like Yoast or Rank Math, they will actually put schema in automatically for you. I'll show you in Wild Family Travel here. This is one of our other websites. I'm in Rank Math. You see in Rank Math have put in article schema already. So that's great, but that's only putting in one schema. You can actually put in more than one schema and they won't do that automatically for you. So unless you have the pro version where you can possibly do it yourself, you'll only get one schema put in. So we can actually put in maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 different schemas into every article, which gives us way more chances of showing up in the rankings and looking really good for people to click on it. So what we're going to do is we are going to use Google Gemini to try and create us some of this structured data schema for the back end of our website. So here I am in Gemini. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prompt it first with a simple prompt such as, can you create me some schema.org, not question mark, .org structured data for this article. So there's the prompt. Now I've got to go in and find an article. So if I go into, say, a post like this, sorry about that little interruption there. My wife just come wandering into the shed on her lunch break to see me. So had to stop because, happy wife is a happy life. So, okay, so now let's get back to doing what we're doing. So we need to go into the back end of our website here, where the post section is. I'm going to choose this Sanua or Uluwatu article. I'm going to hit the edit button here. Wait for it to load up. And then I'm going to see we're in the editor code mode. So that's what we need. So what we need to do is we need to copy this article like so. And then we can go copy, we can go back into Google Gemini over here, and we can paste our article at the back of this and see what happens. So that's given it there. Okay, let's see if it generates or what schema it generates. So it's just generated some article schema for us with some keywords, with some article sections, and that's fine. So that's a simple start to the process. So what we need to do then, because most schema, when you do it through Rank Math or Yoast, it's actually coded into the head of your pages, but we don't want to access that in case we stuff something up. So we're going to do it the beginner's way, and we're going to put it into the body of our code, which was above where we copy and pasted the before. So what we need to do is we need to tell Gemini that we want to put the schema in the body when I can spell, into the body section into the body section of the article. So let's see what it does now. It'll just add some more code to it to tell Google all about it. See, so it's put it in the body and it's generated us a script. So what you need to look out for here is if you copy and paste it, there will be a few things that you will need to add yourself. I've been let down here by by Gemini, because it's already pre-populated some of these fields for me because I've been generating some schema prior to making the video, just so I could actually show you guys what it needs. So if I go back into here, I'll point it out what you'll need to fill in yourself on the way through. Let's just get this back all the way up here for a start. So we go back up to the very top of the article, and then we can paste our schema into there. So that's where we are. Here's our schema. So what you need to look out for when you do this is, this may not be in here, which is the URL of the article. As you can see, it's already put it in here for me. What you'll then need to look out for is you need to make sure everything is correct. So here it is, it's asking for an author. So I wrote it, so it's got my name, and the URL actually just leads to my name in an article like under here. So just if you're looking at this, if I open this where it says Mark, I just clicked and copied the link to that. So then it'll just lead to all the articles that I've written on the website. But if you've got an About Me page, you can certainly link to that. So if we go back here, so that needs to be put in there. You'll have to get the URL yourself. And the same here, this will be your organization type. So this says the name of your website, and it'll want the URL, it'll want a URL of a logo to display. So what you need to do then is, sorry, I'm in here, let's go and find this. Let's go to the back end again. We'll go to our dashboard, and then we will go to media library, and we will search for logo. Done, like that. Okay, so then our logos are coming up here, so all we need to do is copy the URL as such and go back in and paste it into the into here. So which this is done for me, so that's there. So then you get these published, date published times. So it's telling me I published on the 27th of the 4th when I actually published on the 25th of the 4th. So I will just correct that, change it on to the 25th. You can even put the correct time if you want, which was 7:04. But you just go, I just leave it at 0. So it's got article sections, and it's got keywords I'm trying to rank for in here. And then that's the end of it. So script, once you get to the script, you're back to the start. So what we'll do is we will now go and save this. And then we can, you would hope that it's right, that it's correct schema, even though it's only one. But then what we need to do is we need to go and test it. So there's actually a thing called a rich results test, which is a website. Here you can see the URL, which is search.google.com/test/rich results. And you need to come and you need to post your URL, not that, so that one, into the rich results generator. Let's paste it in, let's have a look and see what it brings up for us. If this issue persists. Oh, that's gold while I'm trying to do this, isn't it? Hey, let's see now. Let's try again. Okay, now we're right. I was about to say that would be just my luck while I'm, 10 minutes into filming a video, that one of the most important parts of it doesn't work. It says it can take a minute or two. Generally, it might take 20 or 30 seconds. It always seems like an actual lifetime while you're sitting here waiting for it to go across. But hey, that's life, isn't it? Here we go. So one item detected, it's an article, so that is all fine and dandy. So like I said, this one's only detected one schema, but you'll get ones that will detect way more than that. So if I go and save this, let's go back and find an article that I've done previously that has got way more than one schema in it. So Let's go back. I will go, am I on page 2? Let's make sure they're all published. Page 2, so I did some early on, like, here we go, Sanua, best places for pizza in Sanua. So let's just, because this will have some, maybe some local business schema markup in it, as well as articles. So we'll have a look. Let's copy this, and let's go in and run this one through the rich results as well. So we just need to go back, bang, paste, desktop tool. Let's paste the rich results for the best pizza in Sanua. I don't know whether you've been to Sanua, but Sanua is a lovely place in Bali. It's away from the main tourist areas of Kuta and Seminyak, so really peaceful area, no nightclubs or things like that, so maybe caters to an older crowd in my year level. So this one's got 15 valid schemas here. So we've got article, local business, organisation. So this one says it's got a non-critical issue detected. So what you can do is you can open these up and you can have a look. So let's say, which one do I know best? Shotgun social. So what's the problem here? It's saying missing a telephone number. So what I could then do is I could, in theory, I could get on here and go shotgun social Sanua Bali telephone number. Okay, can I find it anywhere? This is where we're looking. So shotgun social telephone number. Maybe not. Where are we? Shotgun social. I probably picked the wrong one knowing this. Yeah, I have, haven't I? Let's see if their number's listed on Facebook. Yep, there's their number. Okay, so I could copy that like that. I can go copy. And I could come back here and go, okay, is there schema for shotgun social? Well, that's Pizza Goo. Pizza Hut. See, it's got its telephone in there. We're looking for shotgun social. Okay. So it's actually missing the code for the telephone number. So what I could do is I could go to Google Gemini again, or I could just copy the code from somewhere else. Because we're on Papa Pizza here, which is part of the schema, in its schema it lists a telephone number. So what I could do is I could copy that, copy, and then I could take this down here to Shotgun Social, and I noticed that it was in the last spot. So all I would do is go back here and I would paste telephone into there, then I would go back to Facebook, get that telephone number again, go copy, and I would come back here and paste it back in there. So that had the wrong number, so let's put the right number in like this and go paste. Take that out. Let's move it back over like that. So then it's exactly the same. Telephone number, make sure it's the same as the one here. Yep, it had telephone, it had brackets at the start, brackets at the end. So this one here, brackets at the start, brackets at the end. Okay, let's save that. Let's go back to the rich results and rerun that test and see if we can get rid of this missing field optional. I think we probably can. You don't have to though, it's only optional. If you're doing a lot of schemas for a whole blog site like I did like 46 articles. After a while, it starts to weigh you down a bit, finding all the extra information. Google only says it's optional. So if we go here, now we go down, see, Shotgun Social is missing. So it's allowed us to add that phone number and taken it off the list. So if we go back, it is giving us another error though now, I'm not quite sure. So let's have a look. So if it comes up with an error like this, what I would generally do is I would copy that error. So it tells me it is a paraphrasing error or missing. So I would go and copy this. I'll go back to Gemini, I'll post that in there like that. And then I will go back to the rich snippets and go back to where it's saying there is a problem. So it's saying there's there's a problem with that telephone number that we just put in. So in the end, if we go like this, copy, paste it into Gemini, let's see what it does. So I think I actually caused this error. So I'm having a look. I'm trying to see what have I done that has caused this. So if I have a look at, still saying this telephone number, why is this? Let's have a look. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go up to here and I'm going to put this in this time, and I'm going to run that and go, this is the error. Where is the error? Okay. So I don't know where the error was, but what we'll do is we will take that bit here and we'll go back in and we will take this bit out for Shotgun Social. So we're here, Shotgun Social script, let's get rid of that, and now let's put the one in that I copied. Paste, let's save it. Once again, let's go back and run this rich snippet and hopefully it'll be correct this time. I was hoping not to be that complicated when I was trying to make this video for you, but I guess it shows you that mistakes can happen, but you can easily fix them. Hopefully, let's see if we can easily fix them. Let's see if we have fixed it. I'm pretty sure we have. I've done 40 articles like this so far. There we go, you see? So all I did was copy that and it fixed up that red flag. Like I said, you'll get a lot of these non-crucial incidents detected, and like I said, a lot of them are either just phone numbers or, you know, this one's phone number. That one's a URL to an image. So if you've got an image, there's a field there where you can put the URL. So little things like that. Google says they're not crucial, so you can either fix them or move on with it. So that's pretty much how you update your schema. You're best to actually go and have a look and see what sort of schemas there are. Let's have a bit of a squiz here. Okay. Because I'm in travel, I will say, what are some different types of schema we can use in travel related articles? Okay, let's see. Best schema markups for hotels and travel sites. What does this say? I'm not quite sure. I've never read into this. I'm just looking at this blank, and I am on Bing and not Google, so this will be interesting. I'm trying to stay away from Google because Google does nothing for small publishers like ourselves, so I've gone and moved over to try and use Bing and get that working. How schema works, here it is. Most common types of schema. So for a hotel, it'll have number of rooms, check-ins, star ratings, things like that if you're providing that. But I just want a general list of what sort of schema we can put in, and this is actually not showing it. So let's actually just go over to google.com and see what it'll show us. Different types of schema.org I can use in travel articles. So here we go. So here's some that we can use. Local business, event, place, article, review. So these are all schemas that we can use. And if you think that you've got something like this in your article and Gemini or Claude or whoever doesn't produce you a schema for that, you can just ask them, is there any more schemas I can use? Can I use an event, place, article schema in this? And it'll probably make a schema for you. And that's how I ended up with some of them that had 10 or 12 different snippets in it. So that's one great way to do it. Now, what I did find though, the other day is I found on ChatGTP that they actually have a, where am I? It's not that one. Always when you're looking for something, it is not there, isn't it? So I've closed down the ChatGTP I thought I needed, and I've opened another one. Okay, so after reloading ChatGTP here, I found out that they actually have an AI schema data generator that you can access that's built in. So let's just have a quick squiz and see what schema, this will bring up. So the first article we looked at was, let's go back and find it and see if it brings us up any additional schema that we didn't find. Both of these will have limitations. I actually tried this one out yesterday and it had some things that the others didn't, but it also came up with some errors that the other one didn't. So we'll see today. So we were in, where did we go? We were in Sanua or Uluwatu before, weren't we? Let's have a look at this. Just typical. So ChatGPT says it's not working at the moment. Let's try something else. Okay, so after a few turns, I was able to actually run this one. So things to do in Sanua or Uluwatu. So it's given me web page schema. It's given me article schema, which is similar to what Gemini did. So Gemini gave us web page, author, article. And this here has given us a couple of extras. It's given us breadcrumbs that we could put in. So we could actually copy that and we can go into here again and we can put it in after this script here and go paste, save, and we will have added some breadcrumbs. Could help, may not help. It's probably more internal, that one than external, but you get the idea. So you're best off to check out both, see which schema you think is relevant to your article, and go from there. Be prepared that if you have a plugin like Yoast or Rank Math, you may have to turn the schema off in the settings, which will then turn it off in every article, because you probably don't want to double up on your schemas that you've got going on. So it's up to you. It's a fair investment of time. I think to do the 46 articles I've done in things to do in Sanua has probably taken me, I don't know, anywhere between 15 to 20 hours, I guess, to do it. Whether it's worth it, I can't even tell you. You know, it may make it worth it. We'll see if page views increase because of it. I'm not quite sure they will, but in the end, you know, it's better to do something than nothing. So this is what I've tried and this is where I'm going from there. So thanks for tuning into my videos. I'll make a few more like this of some different technical things I'm trying to do. Like I said, they may not all be right. I'm not an expert, so I'm just putting it out there in everyday man's terms, and we'll see how it goes. But don't forget to stop by and like our Facebook page, like our Instagram. No, sorry, not Instagram, TikTok. No, Instagram, only TikTok. And our YouTube, which you're probably liking because you're on this page. But please drop some comments and we'll go from there. Until next video, I am Mark and I'm here to try and help because I want to have a digital nomad lifestyle. And I want you to have one too. So we'll talk to you again soon.